Howdy folks, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron number 4. Currently, of course, we're playing as South Africa, and we're carrying on from the end of the... Alright, game is loaded. Perfect. So where are we actually currently engaged? So as you can see, we have got numerous forces here in Europe. There's some fighting going on in Holland. There's been an invasion of troops from the Philippines, Canada and Ireland. Plus, of course, Americans and British troops. But yeah, I can't really intervene on every bit of an invasion that's occurring. So I am quite inclined to basically carry on with my invasion plans here. Where I'm really preparing for my own troops here to get ready to invade Britain. Alright, what else is going on here? I'm basically focusing purely on naval production. I want to make sure, of course, I get as much out of that as possible. In terms of research, I'm of course researching nuclear bombs, which is appropriate for the current year, 1945. Maintenance company, field hospital. I'm basically doing various different bits here as well. Plus, of course, a new tank design here, specifically aimed at anti-tank. In terms of production, we got a decent queue, but yeah, my production capacity is nowhere near that of the Germans or the Americans or the British. But one of the things I do have planned at the moment is, of course, an invasion here of what is present day the UK. I am stockpiling quite a bit of weapons, as you can see. Let's just double check how much I'm stockpiling here. I have got a substantial stockpile in terms of weapons. And really, I'm at the top of that queue there. And I very, very much doubt I will be needing all that capacity. So as you can see, I've just reduced my production capacity there to give me a bit more space to produce other things. Alright, I have got here just sufficient in terms of number of fighters. I've got no capacity allocated towards interceptors or jet fighters as of yet. I would love to be able to do so, but yeah, I need to make sure, of course, I also produce enough tanks, etc, etc. Alright, I've got 6 naval dockyards, it looks like. Am I producing anything extra? It doesn't look like it at the moment. Let's have a brief look at what I can do in terms of expanding my capacity. I've got no free slots here whatsoever to be able to expand. Not even in my own otherwise occupied territories. I'm doing some reproduction here in Engels, which is present day Ukraine, I guess. Or actually, Ukraine is over here, so that's more Russia. It's part of the heartland of Russia. Have I got anything else? No, not really. I'm basically building a nuclear reactor in the Kashmir region, etc, etc. I've got insufficient aluminum though. So I need to get some extra aluminum, which I can potentially get from Vichy, France. So do I want to allocate an extra factory towards that? I think I'm going to have to. Am I importing too much of anything? Iron, potentially. I can drop this trade deal here. I want to make sure I don't overuse my factory, so that is exactly on level at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. No convoys required for that, so perfect. Now, there is some fighting going on here in southern France as well, as you can see. But like I said, I can't intervene in every invasion really. I need to basically get a bit of movement in the opposite direction. And when I say that, I really mean that we should, of course, I need some more intel in the English channel, it says. Alright. I'm pretty sure I had some ships over here. I can't find them at the moment. I'm relocating this one here, as you can see. They're pretty green. Have I got any ships without a commander as of yet. This one here. I've got enough points to basically get a new commander if I wanted to. Rudolf de Witt. Right, for the moment being, he is based here. Where is he based? Let's just double check. He's based here. Ships are based there as well. I am gonna tell him, this guy here, to do convoy raiding in this region here, the Gulf of Guinea. Now we do have a naval battle going on here, which is down here. It's our submarines versus Dutch convoys. Yeah, well, they're gonna have to try to get through, but let's increase the game speed a little bit. As you can see, they are still moving forward. Exact enemy position is unknown, and as you can see, some of our ships are finally in position to start firing on them. We've sunk 2 of their ships. Good. Alright, let's just look at these details here briefly. Also finished that bit of research there. Do I want to go for heavy tanks? Probably not. In terms of naval stuff or aviation stuff, I've got no time on that whatsoever. I've not even invested anything in tactical bombers, as you can see, but I can go for the close air support here. I think that would be worthwhile investment. And of course this one here, I need to invest into something else as well. I've got all of these in terms of this queue here. I can maybe invest in this one here. Strategic bombing, but I'm not doing any strategic bombing. So again, it'd be a wasted effort. Anything useful here at all? No, not really. I've done all of those already. Raider patrol, capital ship raiders. Yeah, what should I invest more into? Maybe I should get some more higher class destroyers. So those are goals for the future. So again, let that clock get started here. We've destroyed 3 convoy ships thus far, 5, 6, 7. And as you can see, the number of ships that we got engaging there is of course increasing this number here quite nicely as well. And it looks like we have destroyed a fair number of them, actually all 24. Good. So those kind of results are nice to see. So what can I do here? Strategic bombing, why? Alright, let's have a look. If I look at these, no, I don't want to basically be in this view here. Probably want to remove these because they don't have any use whatsoever, it looks like. So what can I build here? Do I want to basically get another naval dockyard? Yeah, I can as well. I do want to move that towards higher up in the queue though. Because really, having more production capacity really outweighs, of course, that nuclear capacity. Yes, I think so. So do I want to do the same in Stanleyville and Uganda? Possibly. I've done some investment in there already, and same in Kenya. So let's see. Now I should of course be able to invest more into factories there. Good. And of course, once I got all of the base construction ready, I can then start doing conversions as well. So let's say I've got this civilian factory here. I can of course convert that. Because really, what's the use of all those civilian factories at some point? unlock them somehow? I don't know, guys. Has anyone of you got insights in how we can actually maybe unlock any of these? I would love to know how to unlock more. Infrastructure we can actually upgrade here. Maybe I should focus on the infrastructure before anything else. Let's hold off on those conversions for now. We can do those later on. But yeah. Interesting that we already have maximum capacity there. We got more naval battle results here. Looks like we lost some of our ships there. We lost some more ships there. Right. Are these guys now ready to actually invade? We lack sufficient intel. Okay. We've only got 0% superiority. Again, we lost more of our submarines here. So what's their current mission? It's going back to port. Okay. More naval stuff down here. I don't think really that we're having too much luck over there. Ah, a single ship versus Dutch convoys once again. It's in the Gulf of Guinea. We got 6 fleets. Sortie efficiency, port strike efficiency, carrier overcrowding. Okay. Naval targeting, but if you look at the convoy rating, we got more than 100% efficiency there, 115% to be precise. Naval invasion capacity is 150, so yeah, we got various different bits ongoing. Looks like our shipments from the German Reich are no longer there for some reason. Actually, let's get both of those. Vichy France, we need some capacity. So let's see what's happening here as we basically accelerate time again. I'm not sure why they basically got no capacity left. I guess they switched their production for some reason to something else, which of course can happen. Now let's jump that back to a lower number. Who's got excess capacity here? Chile, but it requires convoys, as you can see. The Ottoman Empire is more likely as a trade partner there. Same with Sweden. I need to choose a new research target here. Let's get these maintenance guys here up and running. One of the things, of course, I do want to do, I want to basically modify this design slightly. I want to get those maintenance companies into there. Same here. Just because a maintenance company, of course, got some nice benefits. It basically makes it easier to maintain our equipment, which means I have to produce less eventually. I really should have done that earlier, but yeah, okay. We've got a slight shortage here. But really I need to basically have a look at where I can get more imports from. Ideally without actually any overseas trade bridges and so forth being necessary. Alright, let's see if that resolves it. That should have done it. There we go. We got overcapacity there now. Good. So looking at pure production, we are looking at capacity that needed for reinforcements. That should really be resolved relatively quickly, so I might actually reduce my output there. So let's reduce that, and then of course that gets invested into both tanks as well as, in this instance, my first fighter jets. Meteors Mark 1. Is that the best design we have at the moment? I think so. So range increase is possible, of course. Weapons increase is possible. This all comes, of course, from aerial experience. Weapons, engines, agility increase. Okay. So my agility is increasing because of that. That looks to be pretty good. I can get a speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour. Let's basically keep it close to that though. Yeah, ideally I want to basically get a reliability figure that's higher. So let's now upgrade this to, of course, the Mark II. I know that it was production, we didn't have much ongoing there yet, so it should be a good time for us to do that. Let's keep those numbers up. We're still engaging these convoys here. Gulf of Guinea here. Alright, more naval results. We basically destroyed some Free French ships there. Again, more Dutch ones here. We're engaging here some Filipino transports. Okay, so there's still a fair bit of work on our part that's ongoing. Looks like there is, of course, still an island there, which is, and this is a British island. Have a look at what's going on here on the surface. Yeah, all the invasions have been rebuffed, it looks like, so they've all been repelled, so all will be pushed out again. So nothing ongoing in terms of current invasions. So I've got all these invasion plans here, but I just don't have enough capacity here over the channel to basically deal with all of that. So what I'm quite inclined to do really is, I'm quite inclined to basically say, guys, nice, but yeah, that's not going to work. So what we're going to do here is we're taking this army here, this one here, and let's actually have a look at maybe dealing with some of these islands here. So could we maybe take ownership of St. Helena or any of the other similar locations? So we got here, for example, these islands here still, Camora. I'm going to move this army over there first off. And once they're on the move, I should be looking at invading various different places. So this one here is currently occupied by Free France. This is all Vichy France. As you can see, I've taken ownership of that in an earlier episode. Yeah, as you can see, I still got ownership of this island here, and that's currently, of course, got the nationality South Africa as base being the owner marked on it. So that's the island defense. What am I recruiting at the moment? Am I recruiting anything at the moment? Yeah, there's a few here being recruited still. It's mostly the motorized that's and the support equipment. Motorized is the biggest issue there, it looks like. So in terms of production, let's move these motorized bits up. So at least I can get better insight into them. I need quite a bit for reinforcement, so let's actually increase that capacity of production. That is slowly dropping. That is really, really low, but yeah, hopefully I'm gonna get this efficiency up, which helps me with that production there. In terms of trade, we got quite a substantial surplus on steel. So let's drop this one here, I think. Let's not do that one. Let's reduce this one here slightly. Okay, so I've reduced my overcapacity there, which of course means I can actually use my factories for other things like production of naval capacity or production of factories in general. Let's have another quick look in there. So as you can see, I'm still doing that nuclear one there. I'm just going to move that down in the production queue. I think it's important, of course, to still have that production somewhere, but increasing, of course, my infrastructure is also quite important. Alright, let's have a look. Number 4 Squadron. Again, it looks like really here what I've got is great to have, of course, these rocket plants, but I can't do anything with them. So removing that, I'm going to repurpose this to be, of course, more factories. Which, of course, means I need to move it up in the queue. There we go. More factories in the queue. I've got one more site here in Transvaal. I'm going to keep that one, I think. Other than that, have I got any extra bits that I might want to basically do anything with? Airfields here. I might want to increase capacity here slightly. Not majorly, but still. Increase would of course be helpful. Particularly when looking at the coastlines here. Right, let's have a look here. I'm gonna move some of my stuff from France down to here, I think. Alright, same with these ones here. Can I do anything over here? Gabon is not my airfield really, but I'm hoping to still be able to repurpose them from there. Let's have a look at our full list. This one here. Okay. So they're on the move, which is fine. All right. So these planes really are focusing here on the sea again. Try to basically keep everything going there. Expected arrival is the 30th of October, which is good. So there we go. So these guys here are going to be working on aerial superiority, interceptions and so forth, which is perfect. Same with these guys, they're going to do exactly the same thing. And the guys out in Gabon, I was going to say basically go for that area, but it looks like that might not actually be the best possible choice. So how big are they? They have got capacity there that would actually outstrip that area, it looks like. So I'm actually going to do this from here. And then focusing on this region here. Do the same as we're doing at the moment. Ooh, motorized and of course support equipment. I appreciate the offer, thank you. Because yeah, motorized was of course having a deficit, so if I get my partners to help give me some, that is great. Good. So we're of course also building jet fighters. So the first jet fighters are, I've got 2 of them already. 2 of them are in storage at the moment. I'm basically producing 0.1 at present. So if you look at the numbers here, 0.1 per week, I guess. But that is slowly increasing as we gain more proficiency here with the production of that. So this is more for upgrades now. So reinforcements have been dealt with. Upgrades are now being handled here as well. So I've got a surplus in terms of, I think, light tanks. But if I look at the capacity that we got here, that looks to be mostly older tanks. RB1Bs, Great War tanks, Valentine Mark IIs. And of course our production itself is building the Valentine Mark IIs here. So we're putting some into, of course, the stockpile first before we're actually rationing it out to the different armies, I guess. So we got 50 of them stored, weekly production. So we might shortly be able to actually change this out. Because yeah, how much in terms of upgrades do we need here? It says we need 221. So let's reduce this to be 1 factory less. Helps us increase, of course, our number of motorized here. Those are weekly, those are daily production rates. That's good. That's good. So within 100 days or so I should basically have enough of these here. That means, of course, I can basically put even more into my jet fighter production. I'm still stockpiling these. I've got more transport capacity I'm still building, so that's good. Let's have another look at my trade position here. So everything seems to be okay at the moment. So we got decent efficiency there. Mission efficiency is still, of course, increasing here. So more Dutch convoys that we actually were able to destroy. Good. One of the things I actually haven't got here yet, I haven't actually got any production of basically support planes here. Now, naval bombers, of course, is one I can go for. I'm going to put that up in the queue here. Putting it above the production of the other item there. Now, have I got any research into naval stuff as such? This one will complete in 6 days. So once that's completed, let's actually have a look at the naval bombers, see what we've done with that, because I don't think we actually have invested much into that. And actually would be quite useful to have, wouldn't it? So here we're seeing air experience is still increasing. Let's have a brief look again at production here. So if we look at the Spitfire Mark III, that is really the mainstay of our fleet at the moment in terms of fighters. Sorry, it's Spiteful, not Spitfire, Spiteful Mark III. Let's look, can we actually increase the range of these? That looks like a quite substantial increase in range. But as you can see, an increase in range actually has got a reduction in reliability. So I'm going to leave that as is for the moment. Alright, let's look at the details here. There's one more to do here. But let's have a look at the bits that we got here. So naval bombers. I haven't actually invested anything into there. Just can do this in 20 days. Again, support equipment. 3M Botan. Okay, Not sure what those are, but yeah, I'll take it. More Dutch ships destroyed, more Free French ships destroyed. So the import of resources by those countries into Europe, or at least the transport of goods into Europe, is suffering quite substantially, which is good. This is in our benefit, to our benefit. Is a better word to use. Okay, so it says they've got no orders assigned, which is okay, reasonable. So these guys here, I would like to set orders for them. From there. Oops, am I going to do that? No. Let's do that again. So we're going to do that from there into there. I'm going to allocate. Yeah, okay, well, don't need for the plans all of them. But, yeah, I don't mind having the plans in development. So even if I basically set it to prepare those, that's fine. We lack sufficient intel to their invasion. Yeah, of course, that's a different naval area. And I might actually maybe be able to capture that off by using airfields. And I don't have any airfields in this region, unless, of course, I look at this airfield here. So what could I do to basically deal with that? I can pick up this squadron here, reallocate them to there, and then have them look out over that section there, potentially. Right, let's see, we're almost there. 29th of November. Perfect. So we got another, ooh, nice. Bulgarians willing to, of course, help us out here. Pity that it looks like it will take so long, though. Thing is, do I need to have all of these ready for the invasion? I don't think this one needs to be part of that invasion, for example. So that one doesn't need to be part of it. Same with this one here. So yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to really send all those armored units onto that. And I'm going to basically keep some, of course, my core units here out of this as well. I'm going to basically put some of my greener troops onto that. Okay. So 7 divisions should be more than sufficient. Does that have an impact upon the duration required? Yes, of course the duration drops because, of course, I need to have preparations for less units. Looking at this, I will see that I've got a good mix of equipment here. So the Botans are actually coming in quite handy as well, it looks like. Motorized equipment here. Here, that's purely my own stuff. It looks like I've still got lots of, is that German or is that Belgian weapons in use as well? And I guess they're better than some of the stuff I had. Must have been. So why also would I actually have a stockpile of stuff? Alright, looks like Italy is no longer able to meet the import requirements. So who else could I trade with to get more? Steel in this instance. I can go for Peru, Argentina, Venezuela. I'm already trading with Venezuela, it looks like. They only got a capacity of 5. Let's get some more from Argentina here. Let's see, who else can I basically get onto my delivery? Oh, there's oil, isn't it? I don't need oil. I need steel. Do I need oil as well? Well, it does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry, Argentina, I do need your trade. On and off, on and off. Okay, so Italy is not meeting their requirements. Siam, same issue. who is able to export enough? Vichy France, I can increase my trade with them. Manchukuo? Well, New Zealand is not willing to trade, so okay. I need one more. Let's go for yeah, Siam after all. I need the capacity. So why are these numbers so high? Quite substantial amounts of exports occurring. That's the reason why. So that's dealt with. Low manpower. Yeah, I know I've got low manpower, but what can I do? Well, how can I alleviate that issue? There's not much I can do really. Because yeah, there is an option for me to basically get a different act here. But this will actually reduce the recruitable population. So as you can see, it says recruitable population factor -5. So the output of the factory will increase, dockyards will increase, but yeah, I need, of course, my recruitable population to be at a good level. Even if I didn't have the outlaw strikes there, yeah, it is not really worth it. So, there we go. Research has completed. And of course this will be nice to have here. Which means of course I'm producing old equipment in terms of these fighters or naval bombers. Naval bombers Mark 2. Alright. So, in the meantime I'm going to save away the game in a second. And I'm going to say thanks again for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the next one. In the meantime, take care folks. Bye bye.